What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my prize picks breakdown for UFC Vegas 86. We got Joe Pyfer going against Jack Hermanson.
I need all the wins, yeah. Harder than all that is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out.
And we are back breaking down some prize picks for this upcoming 14-fight card in UFC Vegas 86, another card that is going to be at the Apex. And yeah, I still think they're still to add a couple of the fights for this week, but I think they have the majority of the fights here. And I went through and got my top plays for this week. Can't wait to break them down. Before we do so, if you guys could please do me a couple favors, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you guys are new to Prize Picks and want to check it out and get some free money, use promo code DFSBTN and you'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100. And right now they do have a free square basically on Prize Picks on NFL. They have Patrick Mahomes to get, I think, 1 passing yard. So now's a great time to check it out and get on that free square for this weekend. All right, with all that out of the way, I say we get into it here. We're going to start, as always, with the significant strikes. And the first one that I'm going to talk about is going to be, we will go with Hyder Emil, 54.5 significant strikes. And I'm going to take the more here. So we can go back to Hyder Emil's first fight, on the Contender Series, and he did go less. He went and got 26 significant strikes, right? So I thought it might get a little bit better of a number than this, but they're kind of onto it here. I think this fight's going to play out nothing like that Contender Series fight. In that Contender Series fight, his opponent, Samyez, attempted 23 takedowns, and his opponent, Fernie Garcia, is a boxer, has some wrestling, I suppose, can wrestle here or there, but that's not his game. He's a boxer, he wants to stay on the feet, and when you go and watch every single Emil fight outside of that Contender Series fight, what he's doing is he's coming forward like a complete madman, throwing a ton of volume, and if this fight does get extended, which it should, because Fernie Garcia, the thing about him is he's tough as nails. 3 losses in the UFC. All 3 have went to decision. And he's fought some pretty solid guys like Rinya Nakamura, very, very dangerous guy, Brady Heaston and Journey Newson. All 3 of those fights to go 15 minutes. I expect kind of the same thing here, if not maybe a late finish for Emil. But yeah, Emil's going to go out there. He's going to push an insane pace. And I think as long as this fight does stay upright, which it should, he's going to smash this number. So give me the more on the 54.5 significant strikes. Next, we're going to go with Daniel Marcos, 65.5 significant strikes. Going to take the more there. I think this is the highest number, actually, on the... it's tied with Dan Ige there for the highest number, and rightfully so. So he's going against Arichi Long, who Arichi Long is both very tough, which I like, and then also Arichi Long is just a walking punching bag. This guy eats punches with his face, and he likes it, but Arichi Long in 35 professional fights, he's only been knocked out once. So, yeah, this guy, Arichi Long, is absorbing like 5.5 significant strikes per minute, a 50% accuracy, and Daniel Marcos, he's decently high volume. He lands 4.88 significant strikes per minute, so if this fight does go to decision like I'm thinking, I think Marcos should be able to smash this. Although it's a high number, I think this does hit there with how hittable Arichi Long is and with how tough this guy is as well. So taking the more there on Daniel Marcos, significant strikes. And then the last one we are going to go with is going to be a less, and it is going to be on the Rodolfo Vieira significant strikes. It just moved on me. So I had it at 34.5, 33.5 now. I'm still taking the less here. So Rodolfo Vieira has actually hit the more in terms of 33.5 like twice, but we had to kind of look into those matchups a little bit deeper. He had 86 significant strikes against Chris Curtis. That was a fight where he had 0 success getting takedowns. He shot 20 takedowns, he got none. The fight was on the feet for 15 minutes. Against Dustin Stoltzfus, he also hit the more, and he ended up getting 49 significant strikes, right? But in that fight, if you remember, not a ton of grappling went on in those first 2 rounds. Kind of a weird fight. But he went less in the Brundage fight, got 10. He got 9 in the Anthony Hernandez fight. He got 5 in the Safarov fight, and then he got 18 in the Bahota fight. In fights that he's having success with the takedowns, he is not getting anywhere near this number of 33.5, and I think he's going to have success with the takedowns here. Armen Petrosyan has the 36% takedown defense. Rodolfo Vieira is going to be able to get takedowns here. And then I think he's live for a sub as well. And then on the feet, unlike a Chris Curtis, unlike a Dustin Stoltzfus especially, Armen Petrosyan I think is going to hurt Rodolfo Vieira very badly on the feet. I don't think Rivera is going to be able to stand with Petrosyan for 15 minutes without getting hurt bad and getting knocked out. So I like the less here for multiple reasons. Either Vieira gets the sub or Petrosyan knocks him out late. And I do think regardless, Vieira will have success with some wrestling. Another reason I like that to go less. All right, moving on to the fight time. The first one we're going to go with here is going to be the Robert Brzyczek less on fight time. It's set at 4.5. I think this is a one-round banger. Both these guys want to do the same exact thing, which is come forward and stand and bang until one man falls. Both guys have extremely questionable durability. Both guys have extremely questionable cardio. Ior Peterius coming in here on short notice, cutting down a weight class for like the second time in his entire career. I think these guys are going to stand and bang until one man falls. It's hard to see this fight lasting 5 minutes. Next, we're going to go with the Jeremiah Wells. I'm going with the Moore here on 11.5 minutes fight time. And yeah, both these guys are very durable. And Griffin fights typically do go the distance. The one fight that didn't go the distance in Griffin's loss was against Colby Covington in his debut, where Colby Covington kind of overwhelmed him. And I think that even went more than 11.5 minutes, that Colby Covington fight. I think it was like a late third round finish there. So yeah, Max Griffin never been finished, less than 11.5 minutes into a fight. I'd like that. Jeremiah Wells, he is dangerous, but I think, Wells is going to try to wrestle here, try to get the fight down to the mat, and I think both these guys are not durable enough, and I see this fight going 15 minutes. So give me the more there, 11.5. Next, we got Carlos Praches, 8.5 it is set at, and I'm going to be taking the less here. Yeah, 8.5 minutes for one of these guys to go down. And what stuck out to me on this fight was the durability of both guys. 11 losses combined between Giles and Praches. 10 of those fights have finished inside the distance in their losses. I mean, these guys are not durable. Both guys can be knocked out. Both guys can be subbed. I think 8.5 minutes is more than long enough for somebody to land a big shot here. I'm leaning Praches to land that big shot, though, and get this less than 8.5 minutes. Moving on to the takedowns. Back to Jeremiah Wells, 1.5 takedowns. I'm taking the more. I think Max Griffin has good takedown defense. It's not elite, nothing like that. On paper, it's 69%. Wells is just somebody who is just so physically strong. He's just going to muscle his opponents to the mat, and that's what I see happening here. Wells is going to wrestle. There's no doubt about it, and if he is going to attempt takedowns, he is going to get a few of those takedowns just because of how physically strong this guy is. I think he gets more than 1.5 on Saturday. And then I'm going to go with the Rodolfo Vieira less than 2.5 takedowns, just because if he's getting Petrosyan down, I think that's either the round or the fight. I don't think he's going to need more than 1 or 2 takedowns here to finish this fight by submission. And if he's not getting takedowns, I think he's getting knocked out. I think there's a massive discrepancy on the mat here, and I think there's a massive discrepancy on the feet. So give me the less on Rodolfo Vieira takedowns at 2.5. And then finally going to go to the fantasy score here. And I'll be honest, not a ton sticking out for the fantasy score, but one that I do like is going to be the Hyder Emil fantasy score at 88.5. I'm taking the more here. This guy, Hyder Emil, I think is a lot better than he showed in that Contender Series fight. And like I said earlier, this guy is going to come forward, just nonstop pressure, nonstop volume, nonstop action. He's very fun to watch. And I think he's going to go out there and just land a ton of significant strikes, and could get a takedown or two as well, could get a late finish, but I think he's going to score a ton with all that volume adding up across 15 minutes. And then other than that, for the fantasy score, not much sticky. Like, there's some risky plays this week. Like, Michael Johnson, if he wins, he crushes 84.5. It's just, it's tough to trust Michael Johnson. It's tough to trust Carlos Praches. Tough to trust a lot of these guys. So that was really the only one sticking out to me on the fantasy scorer side of things. So there, guys, there you have it. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite spot is. If I missed anything, what you guys like for this week. I'll be curious to hear what you guys have to say for that. And then other than that, best of luck for UFC Vegas 86. If you guys want to check out PrizePicks, once again, promo code DFSBTN, 100% deposit match up to $100. Be sure to check that out. Get yourself free money, and check out that free square as well with the Patrick Mahomes. I'm pretty sure he's going to get 1 passing yard. Best of luck, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys very soon. See you later.